Dave.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome once again to Over Coffee, our Monday, Wednesday, Friday talk show at 6:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. We really hope you get a chance to join us, even just listen in if you are listening on your phone while you go brush your teeth, like John does. You can just listen in on your phone during the show. And then if you feel like you want to, just send us a chat message saying everything that I said was wrong, which is pretty common on this show anyway. So here we
Yeah, I'm
go.
not brushing my teeth. I'm putting my belt on. Way to
Oh,
mess
now
it
he's
up,
putting his
Dave.
belt on. Okay. So,
I haven't even had breakfast yet. Wow.
yeah, there you go. So give us a follow. And it's been a while since I saw you guys because we didn't did we do Friday show? Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
It was
we
the other
did,
weekend
Dave.
we didn't do it, but the weekend seemed long but Rich just said that it was too short. And
I was gonna say it seemed long. I feel like I was just talking to you. Tired of you.
I've done 1,000 things over the weekend, so including playing with my friend Anthony. We played Mr. Madison's War. It's my first game that I've ever played about the War of 1812. So I thought it was pretty good. It was a good game. What have you
Sure it
guys been up
was.
to?
I heard it took a lot longer than Anthony anticipated because you were too slow.
Yes, I was very slow and I made lots of mistakes. First time playing, and the rule book's only 29 pages. Not a big rule book at all.
That's not a big rule book. Do you know the first RPGs were written in 29 pages or less?
The first RPG was written in 29 pages or less.
Yeah, probably. I'm just
Yeah,
making
probably.
stuff up now.
That's okay. There has been a push for some game manufacturers to make their rule books like 8 pages or less, so that people don't go crazy eyed looking at rule books.
Okay, so you know what my opinion is on that?
Yeah,
When you do something like that, everybody applauds you. But then you need to have a support website so you can ask every single question that you couldn't put into your 8 pages because you're not going to get everything in there.
valid point.
You're gonna go like, oh, it was great, and the fact is that you have so many questions. Players can't just run with 8 pages. They just can't. They
Right,
can't. I don't care who you are.
right. Well, I guess
One
it
page
depends.
dungeons, maybe. Yeah, 1 page adventures. Sure, I get
Yeah,
it. But the rule books, they just I get it. Nobody feel like they don't want the big rule book. The fact is people want the big rule book. They just don't want to admit they want.
well, they don't want to read it. I,
Right?
I
They don't want.
remember.
They say they don't want to read it. They want to spoon. What they want is they want start right, and then they want to ask questions and get immediate gratification without having to go find it in the book.
That's an interesting point. And all through my life, I have been the one teaching games. I literally had in grade school and high school friends buy a game with like a 50-page rule book and hand me the rule book at like lunch and be like, dude, read this so you can teach me my game. You know, and so that's been my life. So I've been the guy that has read all the big rule books. But
So you see, board games, they have it right, right? There's quick start, and then there's the
yes,
rules, right? And they split it up like that. So you want an 8 page quick start? Sure, I'm all for it.
right.
I'm all for it. But
But
then,
then they might need a 30-page rule books. The actual
yeah,
rule book is 30 pages. Yeah,
yeah. So stop kidding yourself. The problem is that we've got this perception mentality of somebody puts 8 pages in front of us, and therefore, oh my god, it's the best thing. No,
yeah.
there's so much digital support out there. You can answer questions, and uh, ask publicly. Whoa, what about you cover this? I didn't have to. The players can cover that. No, no, they can't. All right,
Right.
so stop it. If I have to make it up, why did I have to pay you for for these rules?
This has been Richard Parlow's rules rant. Oh, I forgot to mention today is March 1st. Can you believe it? Third
Uh,
month of March. In the year of the apocalypse
I,
plus
I'm not
2021.
ranting. I'm just very opinionated.
I know. I'm just kidding. I got to try to get in a joke about Rich because he fires back quite a bit.
Well, when we say absurd things like that, then yeah, I have to.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Candyland has 8 pages.
I wonder if Candyland is just like the rules written in the cover of the box. Remember that when we were kids? The rules were
Yes,
like in the cover of the box?
yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Except
there
the
was no.
box usually gets destroyed.
That's true too. Yeah.
But you can find those rules on. Actually, Candyland's probably only about one page.
Yeah, I would think so. All right, John, what did you do this weekend?
Um, Trying to do some tidying up around the house.
Okay.
I got some furniture that I'm trying to bring in, but I need to kind of clear out my bedroom in order to do so. So I focused by moving some stuff from my room into the den, and just trying to just do some reorganizing. Other than
Cool.
that, I did a little bit of gaming with some friends, but nothing too extensive.
Oh, okay.
So John also literally played 30 games yesterday.
What?
He played 30 different types of different games yesterday. I kept
Well,
What did
seeing
you
his
say
name
there?
pop up on Steam.
oh, John. Oh, you mean like every time he signs into a different game on Steam, you get a text message?
I get a message pop up on my desktop.
I
Oh,
played 4 games yesterday.
Whatever, however many, 400. Just
so
it was just like he couldn't decide what game to play.
so in relation to that, actually, this is an interesting topic. I played like 14 games on Uplink on February 2021, and I like to put them into my BoardGameGeek.com stats. And every time I put it in, I have it send out a tweet that, "Hey, Dave played so and so,"
I
and
know you do.
Rich has liked those and retweeted them multiple times, but now I'm sure he's upset about it. So anyway, what I did on purpose is if I do 14 tweets in one day, Mr. Rich Parla will talk about it over coffee. So what I did is I sent out one or two. I entered one or two games a day, but now I lost my sheet that I wrote down the games that I played. I'm not done yet. I can't find the sheet. So instead of doing them all 14 months, it reminds me of, how we send to YouTube. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this too. We send to YouTube. We just click all the videos from Twitch and say upload to YouTube. So one of my favorite Twitch guys that I watch, Count Christo, he does a lot of Hearts of Iron on Twitch.
Excuse
He's
me.
got like 10,000 followers or something like that. He got backlogged in uploading his videos to YouTube. So he uploaded 60 videos in one day to YouTube. And of course, everyone probably sends out a notification. So he lost like 500 subscribers in one day because he uploaded 60 videos to YouTube.
Because he spammed them.
He spammed them, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I unfollowed you.
oh no, you did.
No, I didn't. But for the first time, I started following like other people outside the gaming community
Yeah.
because the gaming community, the tweets from the gaming communities, they're boring. No
Mm,
offense to the people I follow, but boring.
yeah.
I'm tired of.
I try to mix it up. I
Uh,
talk about some personal stuff. I try to do some like positivity stuff, and I do gaming stuff.
Yeah, well, the positivity stuff I got, I'm good with that. I have a couple of friends that do, like Met's girl
Yeah,
stuff.
Mets girl. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know who that is. How do we know? How do you know her?
she's from Thread Raiders.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so like she's got some good stuff, and there's some good people. Don't get me wrong. It's not like there's not good people on there, but a lot of them are lately are post your name, spell it differently or backwards, and that's who you are, and that's how you die, and that's what your dog's name is, and
Mm,
like, oh my god, stop,
yeah.
stop. So I started following some of the analysts I like from ESPN, and
Oh,
they
okay,
have much more interesting tweets.
okay.
So
Well, I better. I don't want to interrupt this because I really like this discussion. We can skip the news, but I'm
no,
gonna
no,
need.
do the news, get it done
I'm
with. Do
I'm gonna need
something,
to
do
pack up.
something useful. Stop talking about how many Hearts of Iron games and Twilight 2000 sessions you've played in the last 17.
and John's 20 games that he played on Steam.
Yeah, John's 400 logging in and logging out. You could tell he was doing. You know what? You know what's funny about that is you could tell he was doing something at the house because every
Yeah.
time he'd stop, he'd go do something, come back and play another game. That's what he was
Oh.
doing.
Well, here's the thing: is maybe we should put a poll up. We should put a poll up on Twitch or on the website or something that says, how bitter is Rich Parla this morning? Rated from 1 to 10.
That would be kind of funny. Go ahead. All right, do the news. Do the news. Leave me
All right,
alone.
sounds good. So from tabletop gaming news. Games Workshop has started a new regular column where they'll be releasing free content for Warcry. The first post now, Warcry is from Age of Sigmar. It is not the Space Marines one. The Age of Sigmar, I guess, is the fantasy Warhammer fantasy. The first post is big, giving you a whole campaign that you can download right now and start playing. So go over it and take part in the Purge of Anvil Guard. Guard is
8
spelled
pages.
Gard. It might be 8 pages. So anyway, I just thought it was a campaign game. Games Workshop, I'm not a big Warhammer player, but Games Workshop has been around for years. I've played a little bit, but I think it's great when companies come out with campaigns. They might have done this 100 times. I'm just not aware of it. So I thought that was cool. So if you're a Warhammer player, check out the Purge of Anvil Guard. All right. Also from Tabletop Gaming News, the Phoenix Cell Squadron Pack brings this foundational Rebel squad to the table in Star Wars X-Wing, including a pair of nimble RZ-1 A-Wings and a potent ASF-01 B-Wing starfighter. It also adds iconic aces like Hera Syndulla, Wedge Antilles, Sabine Wren, Ashaka Tano, and Shara Bay to your squadron, alongside useful faction upgrades like Hopeful and the gunner version of Sabine Wren. It can serve as a launch bay into the world of Star Wars X-Wing, or supplement even a veterans player's Rebel collection with its memorable new pilots and upgrades. So that's the Phoenix Cell Squadron Pack from Star Wars X-Wing. I've always liked Star Wars X-Wing. Never got a chance to play as much as I wanted to, but there you go. That's a new release from Fantasy Flight Games. WizKids, the premier manufacturer of premier pre-painted miniatures and tabletop games, today announced expansions to its vast product line for both the highly popular role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons and strategy card game Magic the Gathering. I thought this was interesting because we have talked about Wizards and Hasbro. We talked about Hasbro on Friday and stuff. So the new products are slated to hit shelves worldwide beginning in 2021. Fans and players of the popular franchises can now grow their arsenal of game accessories and lifestyle products to show their affinity for their beloved brands with the arrival of new and in-demand products. Debut product categories include action figures, prop replicas, apparel, and even game accessories such as maps, battle maps, bags, carrying cases, and more. So that's from WizKids, and that's from Tabletop Gaming News.
Who's clamoring for these products?
I don't know. But anyway, they're available if you want to check it out. From Dice Tower News, the latest there's some background noise.
That's John.
Oh, okay.
He's always got a background. He is a background noise.
From Dice Tower News, the latest standalone expansion for Disney Villainous is Despicable Plots. You know, I played Disney Villainous. I thought it was really good. It was a very unique concept. I enjoyed it. It features this new expansion feature.
Good.
This new expansion features Gaston the Beauty and the Beast, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, and the Horn King from the Black Cauldron. Like all previous content for Disney Villainous, each character has their own player board, objective 2 decks, and a 3D figure. So that's pretty cool. Check that out. That's from Dice Tower News. And from Board Game Geek News, finally, Zombicide Undead or Alive will land in 2022, marking 10 years that Simon, or Come On, Limited, debuted with
Cool Mini or
Zombicide.
Not.
Cool Mini or Not. There you go. Cool Mini or Not Limited debuted with Zombicide. I believe they did a Kickstarter with that one too. Yes, it is. And so that was, I guess, their first Kickstarter. Hugely successful. So 10 years since that one, they're coming out with Zombicide Undead or Alive. Super cool. So check that out on Kickstarter.
So Zynar says now you can smell like the Underdark with our new D&D body spray.
That's an excellent one.
It's a fungi deodorant roll-on.
Well, I'm going to start switching over to my phone so I can head to work. So, you guys.
Speaking of work, I ordered flat rate envelopes from you personally.
Not from me personally, from the post office where I work. Go ahead.
I ordered them. I'm pretty sure I ordered them in January. They just showed up a few days ago.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. Yeah.
Just saying.
Sorry.
And there was no tracking information available. Just showed up.
Gosh.
Great.
That's great.
Great.
All right, I got to go on mute so I don't freak you guys out again with the feedback.
That's okay. All right, John's already on mute.
And I'm back.
Oh, you're back. So John, what I saw Red Dead Redemption. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, I saw that. But what were the other two? What were the other games that you were playing? Because I didn't see Raft as one of them. I guess Dan wasn't around.
No, I did play Raft.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
So this weekend, all in all, what I played Apex Legends. I played Raft. I played Spelunky 2.
Yeah, that's the one. It's funny. Spelunky.
I played Titanfall 2. And there was one more that I can't pronounce the name of, but the point is that like me and Dan usually have a couple of go-to games that we do when we play. We typically play Apex and a couple of other things. He recently picked up Titanfall when it was on sale, and like the single player mode, we tried the online mode and promptly got our butts kicked.
So, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and I was gonna. So, my friend, he won't stop trying to convince me to play Valheim, and it's I love him and all, but you know what? I just don't want to play that game. I mean, to me, it seems like an MMO with overhead. Yeah, Raft, the ocean cleanup simulator. That's pretty much what it is. How did all that plastic get in the ocean? Should be able to strangle the shark with one of those plastic things. It's stuck around his neck.
A 6-pack ring?
Yeah, the 6-pack ring. You should see it floating around there. We make something out of it. So what topics did we have on Dave's email? Do you remember, John?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Red Dead because it's one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Oh, Red Dead? Okay. I am not
So
familiar.
I recently got back into Red Dead Redemption, and I've been playing it a lot because I know people who do play it, and also because it has like daily goals and things like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I find myself not enjoying it actually.
Okay, why?
Here's the main reason why. I feel there's too much downtime between you doing stuff and stuff actually happen, which might be quote unquote realistic, but I can't stand. Like to explain, there's a couple different types of missions you usually go to. You go to a town, you take a mission, you travel somewhere, you do whatever you need to do there, and then you have to travel all the way back to town or all the way somewhere else. So much so that I would say the missions are pretty much 20% doing something, 80% riding on horseback.
So you don't like the realism?
It's boring.
Okay.
They
All
try
right.
to spice it up by having a few things happen on the road, but it's very few and far between. And part of the issue too, the controls aren't 100% the best. The game does tend to kind of jank out quite a lot when your horse thinks it's going to jump something and it can't, and then like you just tumble all over yourself.
Pull off your horse.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, are you back with us? Dave?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear us. Does that mean you can talk too?
Yes,
So,
if you can.
we've been as you may or may not know, Valheim is they sold something like over 3 million copies in the first couple of weeks. It's a crafter builder open world MMO, and I don't know. I'm not a big. I just it's the genre of it. It's a Viking. It's a Viking theme. Like it's another fantasy
Yeah,
thing, and I don't know why
right.
I can't, since I like those MMOs, but this is all the stuff like it's a base builder simulation, or I don't even
Common
know
these
all the
days.
tags it's got. It's got a lot of tags. Yeah, Viking Minecraft
Yeah.
thing like that. Let's see. Can't get in that way because nobody remembers their password on.
Yeah, the streamers. as I mentioned, it's all over the streamers that I follow right now. They're all playing this right now because it's super hot. But you're right. It's just reworking the same theme over and over and over again. There's a lot of games out there that are like that right now.
It's also cheap. At $20, it's pretty cheap.
Okay.
It's open world survival craft, online co-op, survival, crafting, multiplayer, base building, RPG.
Online co-op might be an interesting feature. I don't know, but
PvP, indie. Oh, it's got fishing in it. Oh, okay. I guess with
fishing.
yeah, well, yeah, that's what,
Is that what piques your interest?
yeah, I know the crafting survival games are everywhere now, but I think with crafting survival, it's all about the genre, right? If I'm gonna play a fantasy game, I want it to be an MMORPG. I want to do skills, but I don't want the game based off of that. This game is very much based off of a lot of that. Land Shark. And I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that. Because on the other hand, I play Project Zomboid, and that's similar, but it's in a zombie apocalypse, which is also technically fantasy. Except a lot of people act like zombies now anyway. But that's the difference. And since nobody else is talking, I'm just gonna roll seamlessly into the next topic. Like, do you guys watch? Do you guys watch Walking Dead?
Hold on.
Watch what?
Walking Dead. John, you're eating.
I saw like sorry. When I drive away from my house, sometimes if you were still talking about the Valheim, I missed part of the end of it, but
I'm sure we'll go back to it when John swallows.
okay. But I did watch Walking Dead all the way up to the first Negan season, but then I haven't seen anything after that. Is it good again? Possibly.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it since then either. Except last night was the mid-season premiere.
Okay. I mean, I like Walking Dead a lot. I really have found it very entertaining. But I also, if I was going to say something critical about it, it's like every season is like, okay, there's a new human bad guy, and they got to defeat it. The writing is great. The acting is great. The storyline is very involved, but it's repetitive. I equate it with Dexter. I mean, I loved Dexter, but after like 6 seasons of it, I was like, how many serial killers are there in this community in Los Angeles?
There's a lot. It's Los Angeles. There's a serial killer for every skyscraper.
Right. The
It's
storyline
not
in
just Los Angeles. It's also the small towns too. Look at Murder She Wrote.
I know, but I mean, it's just like, I love the writing, I love the acting, I love the storylines, but I was like, this is a little bit too. I'm so happy they ended it. So in a way, Walking Dead should probably do the same thing, I think, but I don't know.
Well, what I find interesting about it is that they were supposed to do movies as well, which is one of the reasons why Rick left the show, and they've done so much, right? They've done so much since. I mean, what else do you have to do? What are you writing a movie about?
Yeah. The only way to do a movie would be to do like what DC does, is go back to the origin story and change it. So, I'm trying to
I had a conversation. Hold on. I had a conversation because I think this plays into this. I had a conversation with my friend Dan, and we were talking about the Marvel movies and whatnot. And one of the things that he mentioned was she's not sure if he's still into Marvel anymore because he had the realization that it's never going to end. Like the popularity of the movies and the shows and all that stuff, and just the way that comics as a whole work, mean that these might not ever have any definitive ending. Now, The Walking Dead, it's potentially possible that they'll end one of the shows, if not all of them, but they could just keep doing spin-offs and other stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll never actually have like the end of the story.
Well, yeah, unless there's in The Walking Dead, there's no society left to go and fight for a cure.
Right.
All of it's gone.
The only way for it to end is people stop watching it and them stop to make money.
Yeah.
Right. For Marvel, his argument was, they finished the first wave, and that kind of came to an end with the, Infinity War and all that stuff. And only now, a lot of the characters, their stories are over, but the world as a whole is just going to move on to the next thing, and that's going to be another like 10-year or 15-year cycle, although maybe slightly changed because of COVID. But it's just going to basically start from scratch and boot all over again until eventually, further down the line, they might just end up rebooting the characters again. It's like, oh, hey, now we could do Iron Man again. Now we could do, the X-Men, and it's movies. Not even so much for the purpose of enjoying the movies, but for perpetuating the brand of films, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because even the Marvel movies, as good as they all have to have those little tags or stingers in them, or the fact that that like you might not have a Marvel movie that's going to be completely independent of anything else. That it's going to tie into something somehow.
Yes, that's true. I mean, from that perspective, you're right, and you either like them or don't like them, usually based off of some of that. And so I get Dan's point. So I mean, I personally I enjoy that because I was satisfied that there's an ending, but yet there's going to be something else that's going to rise, whatever it happens to be. So that's me. But I do get it. I do get it. It's one of those things. The Walking Dead. I mean, maybe stop fighting other humans because when you think about it, so I mean, like I always thought back to the very very beginning, and I forgot how long. Been so long in The Walking Dead. I forgot how long Rick was out in a coma before before he woke up, and the zombie apocalypse was already there. I mean, if I
Right.
remember correctly, by the time Rick woke up, there was no electric and no water and nothing like that. And
Right.
and I'm thinking, there are timelines for stuff like that. If like humans were to disappear tomorrow, there are timelines for that stuff to shut off and when it will end. And
Well,
no, go ahead.
I was going to say one of my favorite shows of my whole life, and certainly there are issues with it, and people have complaints about it, but was Dead Like Me. I really enjoyed that series, and the movie is not good. I don't know who wrote the movie, but the show itself I really enjoyed a lot. And that concept, I was like, if I ever became independently wealthy and wanted to make a TV show, I would make a Dead Like Me because it can be set in any time period in history. And so, I could do a medieval Dead Like Me. I could do a futuristic Dead Like Me. I could do a World War II Dead Like Me. Do every season would be a different time period, and make it a comedy drama kind of thing. And so I like that concept. So I hear what you're saying is that there's so much more storyline of The Walking Dead. But wait, didn't they do a spin-off show?
Yeah, Fear the
They did two
Walking
of
Dead.
them.
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead, which started in Los Angeles. I guess the zombies are the serial killers. Where's Dexter when you need him? And
Now
and
I think there's World of Walking Dead.
there's
Oh,
what?
so
There's another spinoff too now. I don't remember. I think it's like World of Walking Dead,
oh,
but it's like a spinoff, and I think it's supposed to be like a young adult kind of deal.
is Fear the Walking Dead still around? Did it make it past the first 1 or 2 seasons?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead's been around.
Yeah, it's still going. As a matter of fact, from people who watch it, my understanding is that it started to get a lot better.
Oh, okay.
The first season or two is tough with that one, um, but you know what? It's interesting because the unfortunate thing is you watch Fear the Walking Dead through the eyes of having watched The Walking Dead, and
Okay.
so they do stupid things, and you're like, why are you doing that? Then you gotta step back and realize that they're experiencing this for the first time as it happens,
Right.
right? It's not like you wake up and things are already gone to hell.
Right. Oh, by the way, I'm going to need to go in about a minute, but in relation to that, they're toying with having all of us start later. So this way I won't have to be, if they do that, I'll have plenty of time for over coffee. I can sit in the comfort of my home.
Nice. Last thing, and we can let you bring it home, Dave, is, um, I, like, why don't they stay in a city somewhere? I saw the
Yeah.
fort that they build out in the wilderness, and that's great, but I don't know. I think it could be better.
There seems to always be a herd that goes around and finds them in the woods.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
herd of zombies.
All right, take us home. I
It's a
think,
suspension of disbelief. We'll have to talk about this maybe Wednesday. Suspension of disbelief and how it does or doesn't work on certain shows.
yeah, okay.
There you go. That's a good
There's a
topic.
Because I
topic
feel
for
like The
us.
Walking Dead. Walking Dead is one of those major ones where I get that like things that like COVID has shown how the government can kind of falter in the face of something like this. But like
Yeah.
a zombie apocalypse is very noticeable. It's a very visible thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like people always say, "Oh, the government's going to fall apart in like a month." It's like, no, I don't think so. The government might fall apart for you, and there'll probably be military bases where things are perfectly fine. But again, Wednesday, we'll talk about it Wednesday.
Sounds awesome.
All right.
All right, gents, thanks so much. Hey, today is a streaming week for Long Island Tabletop Streaming Network. Tonight, catch World Salad at 9 o'clock, John?
9 o'clock. Yeah, as long as I have a co-host, 9 o'clock.
Hey, if you want to be a co-host, I guess contact us. Or you want to be on a show, a guest on a show, any show, actually, any of the shows, you want to be a guest, let us know. And then Wednesday morning, or Tuesday night, we have AJ's Marauder at 7:30, I think. And then we have Over Coffee on Wednesday morning. Thursday night is Doug's painting show at 7:30. And then we have Friday morning coffee, and then basically D&D Friday night. So we got lots of cool stuff. I'll put out some advertisements, and everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Monday. It's a little dreary out here on Long Island, but we'll see you soon, and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Transition wasn't.